Bonafide Hustler here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about a genre of items that I love to flip. What's going on, guys and gals? Chris the Bonafide Hustler coming to you live from the inside of my office, and today we're going to be talking about a genre of items that I just love to flip, and I've been flipping these things for over 16 years. So pretty crazy. I'm going to let you in on it today. I hope you enjoy the content. We'll be going through a bunch of cool things. And don't forget to comment when I ask you to comment, and you'll see why. So the genre of items that I really like to flip are outdoor-based goods. They're a lot of fun. I've been doing it ever since the very beginning of my reselling career. These were the items that sparked up my love for reselling at first, and I got super good at it to the point where here I am today. And outdoor related items are a good portion of the things that I do resell to this day. So the real question is why outdoor-based goods, and why are they so important to you? Well, outdoor-based goods are super profitable if you know how to pick them. Another reason why I really enjoy outdoor-based products is because they are technically, to me, almost like a superior type of inventory, in the sense that you can source them from many markets and you can resell them on many markets, and even at the same time on many markets. For instance, you can take a pretty high quality outdoors jacket and you can source it from many different avenues: Nextdoor, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or garage sales or yard sales. I mean, or thrift stores. There's like a million places where you can source these things. And the funny thing is, when you go to resell it, it can do well on local markets like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You can even post it on Nextdoor, all while it is sitting on eBay as well. I mean, it's really good stuff. And if you look at it on an inventory perspective, outdoor-based items are really good, and they typically sell in a shorter period of time than most items that you find out there to resell. Another reason why I like outdoor-based items is that they're easy to spot, all right? So, rather than rifling through every single hanger on the clothing rack, or going through every single electronic, much less even testing out every little electronic once you find something halfway decent and locating all the parts for it, outdoor-based items are almost immediately, that is something good and that you need to look a little bit further. But a lot of outdoor-based items to resell are just easy to spot. That's just the plain thing. Like, they stand out. If you know what to look for, they stand out. And the crazy part is they're sitting in the same avenues that you're going to already. They're at thrift stores, they're at garage sales, they're at pawn shops, they're at places like that. They're there, and you have to be able to be aware enough to spot them and know how to do the appropriate checks and this and that. So for some of the people that might be watching this video are newbies. They might not have even heard of my channel. So who am I? I am the Bonafide Hustler, and for the past 16 or more years, at this point, I started reselling things on classified ads, pre-Craigslist, like classified ads. So I just say 16 plus, we're probably closer to 18 years. I've been predominantly reselling used items that I find at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, flea markets, pawn shops, swap meets, and even, local avenues. And I put this stuff on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, my antique booth, etc., etc. I've been making videos on YouTube for the past 6+ years. And yeah, if you paid attention earlier, I started my reselling journey selling outdoor goods, more specifically bikes, and then right after that it went into lake-related goods and sporting goods and things that were really hot in this town. But yeah, I filmed ride-alongs on my YouTube channel, so you can check out the past 6 years. It's all on YouTube. You can go check it out. I do ride-alongs where me and other people, and even my brother, we go to garage sales and thrift stores, things like that, and we show what we buy. And if you take a look and you pay attention closely, there's a good amount of those items that are outdoor-based goods. I also film hot shots, and that's typically where I go alone to thrift stores for about 2 to 3 hours, really quick. It's called a hot shot. It's where I'm super highly concentrated, and I go to a route of thrift stores really quickly here in Austin, Texas, predominantly here in Austin, Texas, and I show you guys what I find. So I've been doing all that kind of stuff for the past 6+ years on YouTube. You can go check out all that free content right there. And also, I've been able to successfully resell goods and outdoor-based goods coast to coast, so I've sourced all the way from one end of the country to the other, and this stuff is pretty much everywhere that you go. So you have to be in the know of what is really good, high quality, marketable outdoor goods. All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys a couple things here. I'm gonna go through 3 items that are gonna be, inherently completely different from one another. They're all outdoor-based goods, and I'm gonna talk to you about where I got them, the features of these items, and this and that. So let's go to the first one, which is right here. This is a Yeti Panga 50. It's a bag that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. This bag was listed for around $225-ish, if I'm not mistaken, and I made an offer for $150, right then and there, like, and it happened to be by my house too, which was really crazy. So I had seen the ad, and within an hour I was buying the item, a couple exits from my, actually not even an exit from my house. I mean, at the actual grocery store across the highway from where I live. And so yeah, this is a Yeti Panga 50. They make Yeti Pangas in 50, 75, and 100, meaning this is the size of the 50 right here. It is a submersible waterproof bag. Okay, so very, very cool. The kind of people that would buy this would be people that are going on river rafting trips, fly fishermen, things like that, or people that are just, you know, in boats that are a little bit more open and going through choppy water where a lot of the water gets into the boat, and they want to protect their goods, their clothes, things like that. It's a very versatile bag. It's extremely well built. And the funny thing is it has what's called a hydrolock zipper. So when this thing is fully zipped closed, I could probably sit on this and it would be like sitting on a chair. Like it won't lose any air or anything like that. I could put a bunch of expensive clothes in here and expensive electronics, zip it up, throw it into a river, go downstream and pick it up, and all the stuff inside would be still dry. Has backpack straps as well, and the construction is just awesome. Yeti products are really good outdoor-based goods that you should be looking out for. And the funny thing is, when you go to garage sales and estate sales, the prices are a little bit marked up there. But when you go to places like Facebook Marketplace and Nextdoor, Craigslist, then you can find people that win these things in contests, or they get them from their work and they have, you know, no use for them because they already own a Yeti product, for example, and they just don't need another cooler or another bag or something like that. The person that sold this to me went on a fly fishing trip for one day and used it and then sold it to me, and that was it. I mean, it's in perfect condition. And the resale on something like that, remember I paid 150 bucks for it. The resale on something like that is around to about 240 bucks. I could list that thing on eBay right now for about 220, 225. It would be gone in like a heartbeat. I'm gonna probably use it a little bit and then I'm gonna resell it. But yeah, this kind of item also can be good on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace as well. Since it's a very high quality good and it's got a very big name behind it, the velocity of something like this, the sales velocity or the chances of it selling really, really short is extremely high. So the marketability of Yeti products, which are coolers, bags, you know, holsters, drinkware, I mean, they have so many things now, blankets, chairs, they have a lot of things, and the marketability of that company is just super high. So you can type this into your local markets right now and start researching some of the Yeti products that are around your area. But yeah, Yeti products are really high quality outdoor items that have great markets and they're easy to source. So suppose you don't want to go with something so big like a Yeti bag like that. You can go with something like this. So these right here are bike pedals, all right? And they're for clipped in shoes. So basically the shoe has a cleat and these are on the side of the bike. The shoe, you know, hooks down to that, and now the rider can kind of, you know, use the upstroke in their hamstrings to bring the pedals around. It's a really efficient way of covering a lot of distance and getting a lot of not so much traction, but get a lot of, you know, instant speed if you need it. You need to have that ability to kind of pull up on your pedal. And if you don't have cages, or if you just have flat pedals, you can't really pull up, right? Because if you pull up, your foot comes right off the pedal. So these are basically pedals, and then you put the cleats on the shoes, and the shoes go right on top of that, and they clip in. Now you're not clipped in forever on the bike. If you just move your feet to the side, you clip out. But if you want to clip in, you clip in directly like this. So that's why they look like this. You know, they have 4-point engagement of the clip-ins. I found this at a bicycle swap meet, 20 bucks, and I've used it for about 6 or 8 months already. And they have resale of around 40 to 50 bucks in this state, in this color right here. They weigh 11 ounces, meaning that if you just put a little bit of bubble wrap around this and a pretty light poly mailer, you could probably still get the first class rate, which is great. But these things are small, you know, so if you didn't like the bag and you're like, I'm not gonna mess with something big like a bag, then you can go with small outdoor-based goods like this right here. And this is very unsuspecting to people. They would never think that something like this, brand new, would be somewhere in the, you know, 60 to 70 range, and on the used market, it's around 40. So that's something pretty cool. This is made by Crank Brothers, and they're called Candy pedals. These are definitely not the only style of pedals you should ever be looking for when you're dealing with cycling, but this is just something that I wanted to show you guys here on the show. Okay, so another thing I want to show you real quick is a jacket that I got from a garage sale. This is an Analog snowboarding jacket. You can see right there, Analog's a really good brand. They make a lot of cool looking progressive snowboarding gear. And the funny thing is, you might be thinking that's cool looking, great, it's just a black jacket. And I agree with you, right? The funny thing is that the jacket that this replaced, this is my personal jacket. I haven't even used it yet on the slopes, and I probably will in February. But the jacket that this replaced, that jacket was, I think, $25 at Goodwill, and I sold that jacket on eBay for $100. It was also made by Analog, and it looked kind of like an old school high school jersey or something like that. But it was still a nylon jacket, completely waterproof, had the ski skirt or snowboard skirt in it. And all these kind of things I discussed in the upcoming guide that's coming out in a couple weeks. But I popped on this thing from a garage sale, I think it was $8 or $10. Something like this could sell for $60 to $100, okay? And it's a really nice jacket. It's got pit zips and everything, which are these things right here. There's zippers that are close to your armpit, so you can get some good airflow through that. It's got an awesome hood. It's basically waterproof. It's a really nice jacket, and it has a interesting, not camo, but almost like a animal print looking thing on the back here. So this was sourced at a garage sale, $8 to $10, and resale is $60 to $100. How would I ship something like this off? Well, you just kind of compact it down, and believe it or not, this can actually fit into a priority shoebox, where you can go priority maybe medium box, or perhaps the large one, and you can just get a standard rate. But yeah, these things, or you can put this thing in a poly bag and get approximate dimensions and sell it that way as well. So this is something that's maybe in between the pedals and the size of the Yeti bag, for example, but still an outdoor-based good that if you didn't know, you'd be passing up, you know, probably about $50 extra in your hand right there. At the thrift store, at the garage sale, wherever you can find something like this, I mean, you'd be passing up money. Now, of course, with any sort of genre, whether it be video games, electronics, hypewear clothing, there are always objections that need to be addressed, right? There are always, you know, underlying, not fears, but underlying questions that people have, like, how do I get into that? Here's my largest fear. And I want to address two kind of big fears when I get confronted with people that want to, you know, realize the outdoor items income stream and want to add it to theirs, right? But they're fearful of a couple things. And so I'm going to address, you know, two of them right here on this video. The first one is, well, I don't want to get into outdoor-based goods because, you know, the items could be really large and the shipping is going to be extremely high. And, you know, that's a really good concern. Second, you put something really big in a bag or a box and it has a very long dimension, the shipping charges just go kind of astronomical. And so I pick very strategically the outdoor goods that I want only to go to eBay, right? So I'm very careful about that. And a lot of times when it comes to some of these bigger items and they're, let's say, not bicycles, they could be a little bit more seasonal. So I'm very aware of that kind of stuff, and it's not uncommon for me to maybe pass up certain items if it's not within the kind of perfect timing to get that thing resold. But also remember that when you deal with a larger item, just because you posted on Craigslist doesn't mean the game is over. You should be posting that thing on, you know, Nextdoor, Facebook Marketplace, other Facebook groups that deal with whatever that item is. And you can get an item moved pretty quickly, even if it requires someone from another town coming to see you. That's the beauty of the internet and the digital world that we live in right now. It really connects people from far away that really want something. They almost always have someone that's maybe passing by your town or coming in, or a relative that they can come visit and they can come pick that item up from you. Another concern that I get is people don't know what to buy. They're just fearful because it's a genre and they're going, well, I don't even know what to buy, and that's scary because I don't want to waste my money. I totally get it. Burning money sucks. Making bad buys, that sucks too. But the thing to remember is that these items that are highly profitable and are outdoor-based goods are sitting, all right, in the same avenues that you're going to right now to source your items, okay? So if you love thrift stores, you love garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, flea markets and swap meets, even pawn shops, and you love these places to the core and you're already in them, right? You're there, then why not learn something that you can spot very fast that can pay you very, very good money? Like, why not learn that? I think the fear is just in the matter of learning and priming, right? So once you learn something, it primes your brain, and then once you see it or experience it in real life, you remember what you learned about the item. So it kind of goes like this, you know, you might take my advice and go, okay, I'm gonna look up Yeti stuff on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that, and then you will eventually see a Panga bag, for example, and you'll start to see how the markets evolve and everything like that. And maybe the next time that you see a Panga bag might be at a garage sale, and it might be $40, for example. At that point, you know, because your brain is primed, that, oh, That's the thing that's profitable that he talked about in that video, and that's kind of how it works. So you have to learn it first, understand why, and then it primes your brain for when you actually see it on your own and it becomes a good deal. So that's how it kind of works. So remember the very first part of this video where I said I had a question that I want every single one of you guys and gals to comment on? Here it is. What is your number one kind of question you have for me regarding outdoor-based goods? Maybe it's a fear, maybe it's just something that's on your mind. Please put that down below in the comments. I would love to see it, because in the next video, I'm going to answer 2 to 4 of those things directly in the video, all right? So I wanna try to figure out what the common themes are. I'm gonna address them in the next video for you guys, so that way you can get a little bit more comfortable. And plus, I'm gonna show you some other cool outdoor-based items that you can start reselling right now or start looking for. I'm gonna show you those things live in the video as well. In addition, I'll probably show you a couple things that I use to make the process between buying and selling it to the final person much easier. And this is talking about shipping and the cleaners that I might be using for certain items. I'll show a couple of those things in the next video as well, so stay tuned for that. That's pretty much the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you answer that question that I asked you. What's your biggest kind of fear regarding outdoor-based items? I would love to help you out. But till then, stay tuned for the second video in this series. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Goodbye.